Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So a lot has happened since my last video. I was really sick. Like, it was crazy. I barely could get out of bed for like good 3 days, and then all of the riots and stuff happened. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. Just because I'm posting content now and everything like that, and I'm starting up the book account again, I don't want anyone to forget about how serious Black Lives Matter is. Just as a person of color myself, and just people like my entire family being Black, it's really scary for me to think that like one day they can just go out and be shot by police, and just all the racial inequalities that we face on an everyday basis. I just want to bring awareness to that. Please look into it. Please go out, do petitions, and if you can't like actually do protests and stuff like that, at least find a way to incorporate yourself into making a difference. I think that is very important for everyone. Don't be a bystander in anything dealing with these types of issues. But other than that, if you guys ever want to talk to me about that stuff, I'm always free. My DMs are open to talk about that stuff. But right now, I'm just going to go right into my book review. So I decided that we're going to do the off-campus book review series because I read the first book, which I'm reviewing today. It's called The Deal. It's by Elle Kennedy. It's really good. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars just right off the bat. I read it last year and I never really I didn't start my book account until like last year in the summer. So I'm really excited to do this book for you guys today, and I hope that it's a good segue from like my little break and that we can get right back into everything. So on to my book review. So starting off with the plot, it begins with Hannah. And honestly, a big thing that I liked about this book is that she doesn't have a crush on the main character at first. She has a crush on this guy named Justin, I think. He really isn't that important. And so basically, this is the first time that she has had sexual feelings because she was raped. It's not really a secret. Like, it's not like hidden in the beginning, so I think I can tell you now. But she was raped when she was younger, so like her and relationships are very hard. So she's very excited that she has like a crush on Justin. And in comes Garrett, who is a player on the hockey team. He is failing the class that they're in, and he needs a tutor. Very cliche, I know. I'm positive that you guys have probably read about like the tutor and like the nerd, but she's really not a nerd. But he like begs her to help him with this. I think it's like a philosophy class, and like he begs her to help him, and she actually does start helping him, and they actually start becoming friends. And I think that's really like a good. I don't know, I think it's a lot different because in most books, tutor books, like they're not friends at first. They just automatically start liking each other, but they actually become friends first. And I think it's such a good way into the plot. And he kind of is trying to help her, like put her on Justin's radar because like she's not popular, but she's just not out there. Like, she's just really like into herself. So they start being friends and they start like just learning more about each other. And Garrett doesn't do relationships as most hockey players don't do in books. I would like to read a book where a hockey player is actually looking for a relationship, but whatever. Anyways, and Hannah is also a singer. She's doing this like recital thing. So like I think that and Garrett's very supportive of her. So like their friendship is a very important part of the plot. And it basically builds up to like him actually realizing that he kind of likes her. And what happens is she realized that she's really attracted to Garrett, so she wants him to have sex with her, which she hasn't done. Like, she's never, like, hasn't done in a long time since, like, she was raped. So that's kind of where the relationship sparks off, and that's when the book gets super interesting. But honestly, I think the plot is, like, simplistic planning, because, the tutor, hockey player, like, you see it all the time. But I do think that it's different because they had a friendship first, you know what I mean? And you really don't see that a lot. Like, people go straight to the romance, and I really like friendship. Sorry, I keep doing this, but I really like to see that they have a connection. And like connections, yeah, there's like true love or whatnot, but you really do build connections through friendship, and I think that is very important into this plot. But overall, the plot is really good. I think that it has like a very cliche thing to it, but the writing just makes it seem like a regular story, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna go right on to the characters. Starting off with characters, I'm gonna start with the main people. So Hannah, I actually liked Hannah, and I feel like if you watch my videos before, heroines are a very big deal to me. How they interact with people, whatnot. I actually liked her. I wouldn't say that I loved her, and it's nothing like against her at all, but I just like, she's just a likable character. I didn't really feel like a connection to her though. I think she's a really good hard worker though, and I like to see that like she realizes like her feelings and she actually thinks them through. And I think that's different in a lot of heroines that you see in romance stories. They're like quick on their feet, but she actually thinks things through. She actually has different feelings about certain things. You get to see her interact in different situations and not just with the main love interest. So I feel like the way that Elle Kennedy had wrote that was really unique in her. But again, she's not one of my favorite heroines, but I don't dislike her at all. Garrett, don't dislike him either. It's nothing like against them at all either. They just seem like, I don't want to say simple, but like I probably read a bunch of books with like the same characters. I do think that Garrett has been through a lot though. I won't get into it just to spoil stuff, but him and his dad's relationship is very, very rocky. So you get to see him at a deeper level too than what his surface is. And I think that's also important in just characters in general. But I don't think that it affects his actual like mentality a lot to the point that like it ruins his character. I think that is very well developed into the writing. Secondary characters, which you guys already know I love so much. I love secondary characters. You'll get to see the other people in the next books that I'm gonna review. So there's like Logan, there's Dean, there's Tucker. Absolutely love them. I love the way that Elle Kennedy incorporates them in the books. They're not overpowering, but they're enough to keep you interested, and you definitely want to read their next books. So I do really like the way that the characters are written. Again, with the main characters, don't dislike them, but I don't love them. They're not my favorite characters in the entire world, though my favorite characters are in one of her books, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So I'm gonna go on to my favorite part now. So my favorite part, I think it's like the pinnacle of the relationship. I think it's just the cutest part in the story. So as I said before, Hannah is in a recital. A bunch of stuff happens with the people that she's supposed to do the recital with. They kick her out basically, so she has to do stuff on her own. So she's like trying to figure out her own routine. And this one part is when like Garrett and Hannah cannot be together. So Hannah's like in her dorm room, and Garrett, she's like, oh, well, I have to practice. He's like, well, I can listen on the phone for you. And then she's like, oh, but you're gonna get bored. And he was like, I can watch you watching paint dry, and I wouldn't be bored. And I thought that the feels. It's so cute to me. I really love it. I still reread that like part all the time. Also, after that, like he does actually stay and listen to her, and he's just so enamored with her like singing and everything like that. I think it's so cute. I think it really shows how Garrett loves her more than just her looks, but he actually appreciates her talent and stuff like that. I think that shows how the relationship is pretty balanced in like chemistry and actual affection and whatnot. So that is definitely my favorite part. But there's a bunch of other parts in the book that I think are really cute that you guys should definitely read, because I'm recommending you to read it. But I'm gonna go straight to my conclusion. So to conclude, I give this book a 4 out of 5. I'm kind of wanted to give it like a 3 out of 5 just because like I didn't feel like a real love for the characters, but still the writing is so good. I did really love the book, so I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. I definitely recommend it. I recommend it to anyone who wants to read a sports romance, college romance, new age, any of that. I definitely recommend it. I think it's a very good book, and it also talks about deeper issues than just romance and college. So I recommend you reading it. I recommend you reading any of the Elle Kennedy books, in all honesty. She's a great writer. I can't wait to do the rest of the off-campus series. To close, I'm just gonna bring back what I said before, just because I'm like doing more of my like work with the with my book account. I just want to tell you guys, please pay attention to any petitions, Black Lives Matter, anything. Please get educated on that stuff. It's very important to me. It should be important to you. It's not something that you ignore. It's not something that you just think everyone else is doing it, so really do I not have to do it? Yes, you do. You are part of a movement. You will create change. More people that does it, it's the more that people start to listen, the more that change can happen in America, outside of America, wherever you are. It's important for racial injustices to be brought out. Anytime, any injustice that you see, speak out on it. It always works. Even if you don't feel like you're making a change, trust me, you can inspire other people to do more. I feel like it's really important. I will still continue to talk about these issues, especially in my next coming videos and everything that's happening on right now. If you guys ever want to talk about it, I am free. Just so you know, the off-campus series I will be doing on my Instagram. at Bookwhoreforever, and I will be writing my review tomorrow after I post my book edit. So you guys should go check that out. And I hope that everyone has had a great quarantine. Summer's out. I'm gonna say sun's out and summer's here. Didn't work. Summer's here, sun is out. Please have fun. Please go enjoy yourself, but please still be safe. There is a virus going around. And I think that's it for me today. I will see you guys later for the next book in the Off Campus series. Bye.